Welcome, Real Fathers Radio. We're going to be showing today a preview of the Who Wants to Be an Entrepreneur documentary, debut of the bylaws, music video we created, the bylaws for the Heat Lions Foundation and the Real Fathers Association. So we're gonna get that on the video by Reality Check, Intense Entertainment, and the documentary is being filmed between Ran Rue TV, and Bugsy of Overnight Celebrity. So let me get to it. The bylaws. Check it out. Tell me what you think.
It is hard trying to inspire the blind to see. But we will. The bylaws. The bylaws. The bylaws. Yes. The bylaws. It takes a special kind of person to recognize greatness to be something other than themselves. I devote myself to being that person. You, the bylaws. Act two. It takes a special breed of person to stand up for something they believe in. I devote myself to being that person. To you, the bylaws. Act three. The bylaws. It takes a state of consciousness to realize the importance of strengthening our economic structure. I devote my long-term goal is to build better generations. To you. Act four. I understand I may never see the promised land, but I will inspire the mind that will. I do all I can to inspire the minds that will. I devote myself to being that person. To you. Act 5. For I am my brother's keeper. That I demonstrate the duties of my responsibility. To the bylaws. The bylaws. The bylaws. The bylaws. The bylaws. Yes. The bylaws. www.lionfoundation.info. The bylaws. Equal to H's. Hip hop elevating advanced thought. The bylaws. The bylaws. Well, all right. Bylaws. You're gonna ask about me. To put you right, help people rise up. I'm a build a bookstore and distribute. You're a fashion model, even sell bottled water from O's to weeds. You found your business, baby. You define the side and scene, how to sell what you see. Reaching in my magazine, I can show you better than I can tell you. How to catalog, people got it all. I can show you better than I can tell you. Got it all. People got it all. Heat Lion Foundation. Leadership is ours now. Look it up, look it up. It is hard trying to inspire the blind to see. But we will. The bylaws. The bylaws. The bylaws. Yes. The bylaws. It takes a special breed of person to recognize greatness in something other than themselves. I devote myself to being that person. You, the bylaws. At 2, it takes a special breed of person to stand up for something they believe in. I devote myself to being that person. To you, the bylaws. At 3, it takes a state of consciousness to realize the importance of strengthening our economic structure. I devote my long-term goal is to build better generations. To you. At 4, I understand I may never see the promised land, but I will inspire the mind that will. I do all I can to inspire the minds that will. I devote myself to being that person. To you. At 5, for I am my brother's keeper. That I demonstrate the duties of my responsibility. To the bylaw. The bylaw. Yes. The bylaw. The bylaw. Yes. The bylaw. Question: how can you play a part in www.foundation.info?
So basically, that was the bylaws about reality check. We got a record label called Intense Entertainment, intellectual hip hop, commercials, who wants to be an entrepreneur, and we have a TV show on WKTV. So basically, let me get everything set up because just check this out.
And educating them on things, getting on that level, but also showing them that there are different options, giving them your story, your testimony. I think it helps. Me being a mom with teenage kids, it's definitely helped.
There's a lot of screens, so bear with me. A lot of these things.
Well, I gotta. It's organization.
Access. So.
I mean, first and foremost, and this is what my story is at the forefront of it. Me personally, and being able to contribute to what's going on here, and also a greater level of building the movement. Building the movement from Grand Rapids to Detroit, across the nation, particularly here in the Midwest. Black awareness, black involvement by any means necessary. Right now, we at a table. Got my first, or actually my father's book, Describes the Redemption Letters that he wrote to me while I was incarcerated. Here we have the limited release of Detroit Native Son, documentary about my life. On the far end, we have my second book, My Soul Looks Back, Life After Incarceration. I'm out of my first book, The Window to My Soul, which stars everything that allowed me to get where I'm at today. I was in prison long before I was ever physically locked up. I was in prison to anger, hurt, confusion. All those things ultimately allowed me to behave in a negative way, allowed me to do things that was counterproductive to my community. And these things are continuing to be recycled in our community. It's not an easy struggle. Like one of the first jobs I got after coming home was selling dope. That's not what I wanted to do. However, I didn't need nobody to come and say, you doing something wrong. I knew I was doing something wrong at that moment. It was a temporary thing I had to do. I ain't looked back. I'm talking about over 12 years ago. But again, we have to man up. We have to woman up. But being a man is about having principles. It's about having values, because everybody has it tough. Everybody has it rough. But are you going to conquer that situation, or are you going to let that situation conquer you?
How do you get the? Okay, just say live. Okay, I'm trying to pull up the chat. Okay, nice. I'm impressed to see a brother supporting black female businesses. We need that support. Yes, indeed. That's our sponsor, B DeFi, House of Bediva, in this catalog. We support sisters, of course. That's our mothers, our wives, and our daughters. We inspire them to create successful businesses as well. Our the community on those three levels: man, woman, and child. Thank you, The Cure, checking out the show, commenting on the live chat. This is my first show without LA, and he is a valuable resource, no question. So I'm looking at the chat room. Okay. Let's see. What I want to do is go play some clips from the documentary. And since Google has stopped you from adding it, I have to screenshot share it, see it. So we're gonna go to the next clip from the documentary. Who wants to be an entrepreneur? Okay.
Hello, welcome to the Foundation. Hey. Still back there ready for the conference? Yeah, we can have you sign it, and I'm going to call this. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, you check is here for the conference. Could you let me know he's here?
Okay, send him down to conference room B.
Yep. Here we're going to have you walk straight down.
Hi, I have reality check on his way down the hall to the meeting.
Okay, send him in.
Okay.
Read this right. What's the word? Man, the word's the word. Let's get it in. For the date 2013.
Hello?
Could you send me those copies for the Positive Youth Justice League?
Okay, will do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are papers right here for the Positive Youth Justice that I was speaking of. Now, the Heat Lion Foundation is required by law and by custom to maintain certain records. So what we want to do, all the young people who are coming into the program, all the entrepreneur mentors, we got everybody signed up. You know, all the slips. Everyone signed an agreement to be an entrepreneur mentor. We got to get all that kind of paperwork together. So the point is we're going to be making this framing justice interventions using the concept of positive youth development. So we're not just going to
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Brand New Ranru. I'm out here with my man, Reverend Dr. Anthony S. Moore, founder of the Heat Lion Foundation. We out here talking and building about the programs that we got coming forth for the youth, and off of a filming program to teach kids how to edit, film, and direct music videos and commercials or whatever that has to do with a camera. I'm planning on teaching and mentoring these kids, not only just in film, but also as if they were the younger me.
The younger me probably wouldn't listen to the older me, then, but I'm pretty sure what I would have to say to myself would eventually get through to me as I got older. First of all, I would approach me in the form that I see the youth, you know what I'm saying, the younger me, you know what I'm saying, depending on what age we talking about, would have been probably a part of various different things, but I would probably tell myself, yeah, the 13-year-old me.
Approach yourself though.
Okay, 13 years old.
That's too young.
No, turning 13. No, not at all. Turning 13. 2 weeks after, or 2 months after I was 13, I was robbed and shot outside my auntie house. And the younger me probably wouldn't listen to me coming as a mentor, but I wouldn't come to me as a mentor. I would come to me as a man of respect, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that I would have listened to, I would have came to me in the sense of a gangster. I would have came off like that and I would have told the younger me, you know what I'm saying? I did do, you know what I'm saying? And like I heard that, like people came to me and told me that, but like I said, it didn't get through to me. It would have had to been a special person, like somebody that I would highly respect it, and them telling me that. So
you had people in your life that you highly respected. You didn't listen, right?
No, well, I mean, respecting the person and highly respecting the person is two different things in my book. See, like the people that was around me, I respected because I was raised to respect my elders, so I respected everybody off top. But everybody gets the chance, to further earn your respect. Like I said, it's a natural basic respect, but you get a chance to further earn my respect. That's what I would do. Instead of talking, I would show the kids what it is, because their parents is talking to them and they homeboys is talking to them and the movies is talking to them and the music is talking to them. So everybody is talking, but the only people who are showing is the people that they paying attention to. The rappers are showing them how to dress. They showing them how to rock the Jews. They showing them how to talk to women. The movies is showing you what it's like in these neighborhoods, and people is interested in it. I mean, not just our people. We're not just talking about people of our color. We're talking about people of all different races and creeds. So 24 hours I would come, I would grab the youth by his hand, you know what I'm saying, and I would take them to these places that eventually that they want to be. Not just like the prison. I'm not just talking about that, not no scare straight program. I'm gonna take you to the trap houses. You want to trap, right? So I'm gonna take you to the trap houses and I'm gonna show you the trap house. And I'm not just gonna show you the glorious side, the money. I'm gonna show you the kids that's not eating. I'm gonna show you, the ran down houses. I'm gonna show you the dialect, the tore down mentality of the people in these situations. Like people is really sick, you know what I'm saying? And people, and like we drawn to these things as children, like I was, for the wrong reasons, like for the money and the cars and the clothes and all of that. But the fact being is that these people have these things. I'm just gonna put it out there. So I will show them. Do you see how many Benzes do you see on the street? How many Rolls Royces? How many Bentleys? I mean, because this is what they're showing you in the movies: the big drug dealers with the big houses. They watching Belly and they seeing DMX in these big mansions and all that. So I'm gonna take you to the drug dealers' houses, and I'm gonna show you what their houses really look like. Like they're not living like this.
The real person with the money is the people that's managing the money.
Exactly. Exactly.
Trying to get used the government.
But that's what their parents is telling them. Their parents is telling them that. Their parents is saying, "Look at me. I'm doing this. And you don't want to hear that. You don't. And you seeing it. You see your house and you see what your mom and what your daddy is putting together. Like my brother said the other day, you walk past a trailer and an ice cream truck and a Lexus to go hang out with niggas that's running Dolphin cars. I'm just saying. So it goes back to showing them is not what they portraying. And like I would take time if I could, like I only got 24 hours to do this, but if I could, you know, like looking up to the rappers, I want to show them what the rappers is really doing and what the rappers really look like and what they really, a lot of them went to college. They not rapping about that though. A lot of them had jobs. They're not rapping about that though. They rapping about trap. They're not telling y'all to go out and do these. I mean, a lot of them are entrepreneurs, like what we trying to teach, but they're not showing y'all that part. You know what I'm saying? They 24 hours is really not enough time, you know what I'm saying, to teach me or anybody or show me or anybody anything the right way. But you in a sense, I mean, you got to show them the real, and that's what I would do.
Okay. Now that was another clip from the documentary.
It is hard trying to inspire the blind to see.
Come on, right.
What we with the bylaws. The bylaws. The bylaws. Yes. The bylaws. It takes a special breed of person to recognize greatness as something other than themselves. I devote myself to being that person. You, the bylaws. Act 2. It takes a special breed of person to stand up for something they believe in. I devote myself to being that person. You, the bylaws. Act 3. It takes a state of consciousness to realize the importance of strengthening our economic structure. I devote my long-term goal is to build better generations. Act 4. I understand I may never see the promised land, but I will inspire the mind that will. I do all I can to inspire the minds that will. I devote myself to being that person. You? Act 5. For I am my brother's keeper. That I demonstrate the duties of my responsibility. The bylaws. The bylaws. Yes. The bylaws.
Trying to get Sister Trina up in here. The sister got some very valuable. Okay, now let me go here to the cure, because the cure is in the chat room, and the cure, Reverend Doctor, no thank you. The cure, she say no thank you. A lot of revolutionary types are so practitioner, they don't think of us as part of the uprising. Oh, Jesus robbed a kid. Wow, good. He is showing the real side to the dealing that the black capitalist media is fusing to show people lose their lives dealing drugs. Indeed, these vultures prey on young people. A lot of them went to college. They not rapping about that though. Speak on that. True indeed. So basically, you know, the documentary Who Wants to Be an Entrepreneur is showing the time, like 12 years that I was working in Grand Rapids. And I worked with a lot of artists, you know, independent artists, videographers. It was a great talent of people. It's kind of like in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So I got with Ran Rue. He was one of the top producers, Gunru TV, Reality Check. These guys was doing a lot of revolutionary work, and I wanted to work with them. So I partnered with them, and we created a few companies, a few ventures together, and worked on the documentary, just showing things that we can do individually as men, using our talents and resources in order to empower young people. Now, by empowering young people, you get in a workforce, because a lot of these guys are entrepreneurs. They can pay the young people to do editing videos and teaching them these things at a young age, and with technology can actually create a successful small business. So that's what we were showing in the documentary, and we created this game called Who Wants to Be an Entrepreneur? And there's a board game that actually helps create a system of economic growth within their home. So that's the documentary. Like I said, I'm trying to get Sister Trina up in here. Thank you, The Cure. Your insight is invaluable. Is invaluable. Now, let me go to, see the way this works. I'm gonna need at least two computers up and going. Get everything as far as that I'm trying to show of the documentary, Who Wants to Be an Entrepreneur. Screen share. Next clip. Now this is our show, Who Wants to Be a Social Entrepreneur, on public access television that we work on with Bugsy. This is actually on the documentary, but this is a TV show that we broadcast on public access television.
Coalitions. Greetings. Welcome to the Entrepreneurs Report, where we feature 50 amazing entrepreneurs within Southwest Michigan. Today we have the Fish Coalition, Seldom Seen, Mike D. Hunter, and Reality Check of Intense Entertainment. Greetings, comrades. Greetings. How you doing, brother? So basically what we want to talk about is generational wealth. We know all you brothers are entrepreneurs, hip-hop entrepreneurs, innovating advanced thought. So we basically want to, understand how do you see your hip-hop elevating advanced thought? Oh.
It does, because it starts with the ideal, and from there, the thought comes together, the words come together, and somewhere in there you got to figure out, okay, what do I want to say to these people? And right now in hip-hop, because hip-hop is so young, and the young kids really haven't experienced much, so they go off of TV, they go off of, the stuff that they've seen, and usually that's the negative part of things, because you're so young, you don't really know what you're going to do with your life. You don't understand when your parents are saying, look, kid, because 10 years down the road, you're going to find out the reason why you're doing what you're doing ain't going to get you nowhere. But, with right now with hip hop and, the direction it's going, most of the kids are just saying whatever comes to mind. And you can't that direction, because now the younger kids are hearing it and they rocking to it, and it's going inside of them, and all of a sudden they trying to do what that rapper is talking about doing, whether it's shooting or sleeping with any woman at any time, no protection or whatever. So indeed, words move things. Words made all of this happen. And so every time we spit that in the air, something happens, good or bad. Something happens.
Well, those things are beyond hip hop in itself. I remember a time when hip hop was used to empower. Corporate America really got into it. A lot of people started getting deals, and you start going into the what I would like to call the false level of street. You understand? So with a lot of the corporates, they want you to push this false level of street. Not that this level don't exist, but if you highlight the most negative part of a culture, of a people, and highlight that as if that is the core of who they are, that's really what it seems like corporate hip hop is pushing. So if you got an organization like, say, the Fish Coalition, reminds me, just looking at what you guys doing, it reminds me of Public Enemy, the concept. And I don't know what Chuck D was talking about, how, the group is dead. Most people, they don't do the group thing anymore.
You know what I'm saying? But with a group, it takes more people. You know, you got more input. You can go farther than if you're doing it yourself. Now that goes totally with entrepreneurship. You know, because once you become an entrepreneur, you're going to hit a level on your own that you're going to need someone else. It's going to become inevitable. You know, it's something that you can't do on your own at a certain level. Now, a lot of things is going on in the community, but I hear hip hop silent. You know, I still hear the same levels of braggadocio, you know, money, clothes, cars, this level of criminal element, things going on with the police all over the world, but particularly in our communities. And I hear hip hop silence, you know. And does that become a problem? Because, you know, hip hop was a weapon, was the biggest weapon that we had. It was the microphone.
It was the voice.
Exactly.
It was the voice of the people.
What happened?
Hip hop was created by the people for the people. And what happened with hip hop was exactly what you said. Once corporate America really viewed it as a way to, like, kill two birds with one stone. I can help deteriorate a people. And then two, I can further push my agenda. When they start focusing more on the braggadocio and less on the voices, that's when hip hop started taking its turn. You know, you got to look at the way that they play music on the radio.
Welcome to the Entrepreneurs Report, where we feature 50 amazing entrepreneurs throughout Southwest Michigan. Independent entrepreneurs with the determination, the passion, the energy, and the faith to do what God has given them to be done. I have with me here author Eric Large, very intelligent brother. Greetings, welcome to the Entrepreneurs Report, brother.
I do appreciate it, the opportunity.
Now, your book is Defining Moments of Manhood.
Correct.
You know, that's a strong title. What's about it?
Well, Defining Moments of Manhood, initially I wrote the book and it was called Introduction to Manhood. And with that being said, I had saw a lot of societal ills with our boys becoming men. So I wrote the book, wrote the manuscript, dove into chapter for chapter. And once I finished the project, I had to come with a better title. And I was meeting with my wife and we just was talking about it. I said, she was like, well, what's your defining moments of manhood? And that's how I ended up getting the actual topic. Okay. And throughout the chapters, I just go through a lot of different things.
What are your defining moments of manhood? What were those moments?
Well, I can tell you the first time when I channeled my inner author was first trip to Jackson State for basketball down in Mississippi. And once I got to the college campus, I got to English class, and the English professor said, who all knows how to write a composition essay? And I was one of the few that raised my hand. I'm looking around like, that's sad. And then she called on me and was like, what's going on? You understand? I'm like, yeah, I understand it. You got an introduction, 3 bodies, and a conclusion. She said, well, I'm gonna let you guys walk the college campus and y'all gonna free write. 10 minutes we walked the campus, and as I walked the campus, I didn't see any of my friends, you know, so I see a lot of beautiful black people. It's a black university. So this or to the classroom and I write, thank you, Dad. Because my dad was there when my friends had to stay out all night and the street lights come on. I had to go answer my dad. So that was one defining moment. Coming from a nuclear family, you know, my mom's strong, but I also had to holler at my dad. And something's funny, I'm still scared of my dad right now. Exactly. That's respect.
Exactly.
So that's a defining moment. I break down a lot of different things. I taught special ed in school, and so I used to see different things with our young boys. And if they're claiming a kid is ADHD, this, that, and the third, I dive into the kid and ask them, what you eat last night? And they're like, I haven't eaten. So I started bringing snacks.
Once I start feeding them, they start paying attention. So it's just different things throughout the chapters. I go.
It's talking about food.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we talk about food control. Um, when you got a community where you don't have food control, usually you have a situation of malnutrition. Most of the gas stations and the small stores that have, you don't have grocery stores in your community. Particularly black people usually don't have grocery stores. You know, you have a lot of in Grand Rapids alone, you have at least 10 Mexican-based grocery stores, and they have a Mexican, a Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. You know, we just started a African American Chamber of Commerce in Grand Rapids. I'm glad that they had that. They had Dr. Claude Anderson come in and speak on powernomics. I know you're familiar with that. Now, one thing about powernomics is that it's really an indictment in a way on educated people.
Exactly.
Because once we was talking about before about integration.
Mm-hmm.
Integration is something when two people come together, because you used to have black schools.
Mm-hmm.
Come together to have, better resources for black schools, to the point where there is no black schools, it's just schools that teach black and any other culture. The main thing that most of our black leaders develop when they develop schools is industrial and trade-based education. So these industrial and trade-based educations is carpentry, mechanics, even a fisherman, things that you're going to, grow in agriculture, chemistry,
Culinary arts.
Culinary arts, so these things that I used to have when I was smaller, in school.
Oh yeah.
We used to have.
So these are just a few points. Like I said, that's the documentary, and because the way this is working, let me go back to the chat and see if we got any of that. Okay. Hang time at it. We on that. We there. To the chat. Okay. The chat. Okay. I like the cure. See, I gotta go back to the cure. They're going in. Not necessarily. You can download the documentary and use an encoder. That's why you don't have to screen share it. It will stream from your desktop with no lag. Sound quality improves as well. XSplit for Windows and OBS for Macs, both free. They will make it easy for you to show these things. I'm getting it together. I need you as a co-host or something. I used to have LA. I used to do the radio, the blog talk radio. It's the first time I ever did the YouTube live through Google chat. Neglect can mimic ADHD. Indeed, neglect can emulate ADHD. Food deserts, in terms of man fearing his father, he should respect his mother as well. Indeed. But right now we doing a Real Fathers Association. So this is not really, when it comes to motherhood, that's no question. Most children do respect their mothers. They respect their mothers over their fathers. So when a woman have a child, she automatically has custody. So it's up to the man to do a lot more in order to gain the respect, particularly when he don't have the respect of the woman. So if the woman don't respect the man, the father, is going to be a challenge for the father. Okay. This is the last clip I'm gonna show, and this is with another author that I work with. we have a publishing company called Morehouse Publishing in Benton Harbor, Michigan. So basically, we acquired half the block, and we have a daycare across the street, which we're creating the Heat Lion Academy in order to advance study within the daycare system, particularly homeschooling. So we want to make sure that children that within their family, any child is born will be homeschooled and go through this system of Heat Lion Academy. So that's what we build in Benton Harbor. One of many family structures that we're encouraging other entrepreneurs, authors, and buy property in Benton Harbor and build a mini economy. Let's try one more. And I sure got to get the way you said it. Present to everyone. Okay. And this is another clip from the documentary.
It must be nuts.
Who wants to be an entrepreneur?
Please hang up and try again.
It is hard trying to inspire the blind to see. But we will. The bylaws. The It takes a special breed of person to recognize greatness as something other than themselves. I devote myself to being that person. You, the bylaws. Act two. It takes a special breed of person to stand up for something they believe in. I devote myself to being that person. To you, the bylaws. Act three. It takes a state of consciousness to realize the importance of strengthening our economic structure. I devote my long-term goal is to build better generations. To you. Act four. I understand I may never see the promised land, but I will inspire the mind that will. I do all I can to inspire the minds that will. I devote myself to being that person. You? Act 5. For I am my brother's keeper. That I demonstrate the duties of my responsibility.
Me.
You have to pay something based on what you offer. Well, the outskirts is not just it triggers different things. Like say if you own a business, when you hit this spot, it's gonna trigger, you have to pay taxes on what you own. If you own a car, it's gonna trigger, you gotta pay gas. If you lease that car brand new, it's gonna trigger, you gotta make your payments. So financial responsibility. Exactly. These spots trigger what you're doing. So if I own this property and I don't, Exactly. Now here, what you own is in here. So if you own property and you build a nonprofit, it's social, okay, property tax. But if you create a business, you know, to make money, every time you get here, you pay a tax. So the guy who purchases from the financial responsibility. Exactly. That's social. The social economic. How social and economic plays in wealth in the community. No matter how much you own, if you don't own property to build on in order to create, you know, and if you're real rich with no kind of social development to, you know, balance off your wealth, the government come out. That's how they break up. That's natural. Exactly.
Scientist and a veterinarian. A veterinarian is a person who helps sick animals, or some and tell it if it has a disease and help it like an entrepreneur. And the scientist invents creations that can save more lives, like solar power, solar panel, whatever you want to call it. Yes, that's what a scientist is. My name is Zacchaeus and I am 10 and I would like to get my master's degree in chemistry. I would like to be known as the world's greatest chemist because I like chemistry and watching how things form and how things explode, how things mix, how oil and water doesn't mix, why baking in vinegar make a chemical reaction, things like that. That's what I'm interested in.
So now the key and the difference, the key difference between what we do, particularly, okay, as you can see through the documentary, we work a lot with ecclesiastical organizations over corporate based programs, or even what I would consider municipal corporations. We work less with municipal corporations outside of I would say individual politics. So we kind of were private base in the things that we do. Cure again, because I know the Cure has more insight in the chat room. Okay. In terms of manufacturing, especially since we have so many single mothers, Smiles. Yeah, I have learned about the encoders. It helped me a lot. Big Damone here can show you how to use XSplit. He taught LA some things. Men are not pursuing. I hope what you guys are doing in Ben Harbor will be mimicked in other cities. Indeed. Well, we have in Flint, we have properties and programs going as well. So a lot of we would consider ourselves the first generation of builders, meaning a lot of the things we have to do ourselves and on other people to provide the resources. Second generation would be those who already was raised into this Michigan intellectual revolution per se, understanding group economics, generational wealth, and successorship. Like there's people who's second generation, third generation of entrepreneurs. You know, they mothers and fathers was doctors and dentists and lawyers and entrepreneurs before them. This organization is more geared towards the first generation, those who, you know, didn't have and don't have that level of family economic structure. And so we're trying at that level, we want to stop generational poverty. You can teach your children and create resources that empower your heirs in order to do greater things than that you have set them up to do. Then we'll be able to create a second generation. So we want to just be able to document this organizational wise, create something from scratch, and third generation. And like I said, we started in Benton Harbor. We also have property in Flint and Detroit. Michigan, we focused on Michigan as far as and we encourage other people to come to Michigan if you're, you know, have the mind to start from scratch, you know, get your hands dirty, trade, and build from the ground up if you're willing to do it. So basically, I appreciate the cure. I enjoyed the comments. I am going to own LA, of course. Probably the next few shows, I should have that together. The X split. I'm gonna look into that X split encoder. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Signing out. Let me see. Kingpin.